Hello, I'm Dr. Jerry Parrish. I'm the Chief Economist for the Florida Chamber Foundation. Welcome to this edition of Florida by the Numbers. Today I want to talk about the new jobs numbers and I also want to show some of the updated metrics on the Florida scorecard. You can see the front page of the Florida scorecard here. You can see that Florida's unemployment rate remains at 3.2%, and over the past 12 months, Florida created 228,600 jobs. That's a big number. It's higher than expected. Keep in mind that there's a live population counter that represents the 900 net new people a day that continue to come to our state. Florida's job creation rate is 2.6% over the past year, compared to the U.S. rate of 1.4%. Since 2012, Florida's created jobs at a higher rate than the U.S., with the exception of during the month of Hurricane Irma's landfall in 2017. The categories of job creation are here, with education and health services leading the way. Around 90% of these jobs are in healthcare. Professional and business services and leisure and hospitality round out the top three, both having increases of more than 40,000 jobs year over year. This map shows where in Florida jobs are being created at the highest rate. It's a heat map. The higher growth areas are in dark green. You can see that even though we're more than a year since Hurricane Michael hit, there are still job losses in Bay and Gulf counties. A total of 5 Florida counties lost jobs over the past year. This map looks at job creation by Florida's metropolitan statistical areas, and it shows that Cape Coral-Fort Myers MSA had the top job growth rate. Many other Florida metros are growing faster than Florida's average rate. This ranks the top MSAs by growth rate, and it's also a heat map. Now I want to show you the business climate and competitiveness pillar on the Florida scorecard. From the front page of the scorecard, you can click on the gray bar if you're on your computer. If you're on a mobile device, just use the menu to choose this pillar to get to this page. You can see that Florida's probability of recession over the next 9 months has dropped to 30.6%. It has dropped both of the last 2 months. This is mainly due to improvements of some of the metrics used in the index. One you see on this pillar, the amount of open jobs in Florida has climbed to 280,000. But you can also see right below it, there are 331,000 people looking for work. This continues to point out the skills gap we have in our state. On the Florida scorecard's infrastructure and growth leadership pillar, you see the metrics important to Florida's infrastructure and our goals for Florida 2030. You can see that most of the metrics are green. That means Florida is moving in the right direction. I want to be sure that you know that every one of Florida's counties have a page for this pillar and for all the other pillars. You can see this pillar's metrics for Gilchrist County. They include population, the estimate for population for 2030, as well as housing permit numbers and the availability of high-speed communications. Here you can see that only 28.5% of Gilchrist County households have access to high-speed internet. This is something used frequently for delivering education services and health care. Our Florida 2030 goal is for 100% of Floridians to have access to this valuable service. I want to make sure you know about next month's Florida Chamber Foundation's events. On December 4th is the Global Florida Dinner. Florida's Secretary of State Laurel Lee is a featured speaker, along with Bob Gramig, who is the Florida Chamber's International Business Committee Chair. The next day, December the 5th, is the Transportation Growth and Infrastructure Summit. Both of these are in Hollywood, Florida. Leaders from all over Florida will be there, and I will be at these events. I hope to see you there. Thanks for watching this edition of Florida by the Numbers. If you have any questions, please contact me at the Florida Chamber Foundation. Thank you.